Hi, this is Jody Argentino. Welcome to this week's session of Gal Friday, where we talk about some co-parenting or parenting issues that I come across in my guardian ad litem practice. So today, I wanted to talk about a child-focused process, and what I mean by that. Let me back up. So today we were talking at lunch with my staff about an issue that was particularly important to me as a parent, as a guardian ad litem, as a custody mediator, and even as an advocate for one party or the other in litigation. So we often see how parents will write or argue what they're entitled to, or how the process is affecting them, or how the other parent should act, or how the children should react, or how their soon-to-be ex or co-parent should be treating them. However, I think it's really important for parents to take a step back and try to look at their situation from like a 20,000-foot view and put themselves in their children's shoes. What does your child need? How does your child feel? And oftentimes when we do that, we think, well, this is what I want for my child, or this is what I expect for my child, or this was the plan I had for my child. But we have to think about this situation as a limited period of time that is very focused on the transition of your family. And sometimes when you're asked the question, what does your child need, or how does your child feel, the answer stinks, frankly. Sometimes, and particularly with older children, the answer is space. Or the answer is privacy. And the answer is permission to be angry and permission to be sad. And when one parent or both parents are desirous of a divorce or separation, in most cases, a child is not. It's put upon them. Therefore, it's important for both parents to enforce that the child, no matter what, is always their child and they're always their parents. And that may seem obvious, but sometimes it may not feel like that to a child. So it's important for them to know that no matter what happens, their parents are still their parents, even if they're not a husband and wife or a wife and wife or a husband and husband. So even though they're not a couple, they are still their parents. So in a divorce, for a child or even the parties, it can feel somewhat like a death of a life that they know. Right? It's the end of an era. And I say this to my clients. I say, give yourself permission to grieve. Give yourself permission to be angry. And give yourself permission to accept that this is the end of one portion of your life and that you are moving on to another portion of your life. But in reality, it's really important for parents to recognize that their child is going through that same sort of grieving process, but in their own way and developmentally, like the way that they need to at their stage of development or their age. So it's important to focus on the positives, that this is the beginning of something new, right? But not to forget that they have to grieve or they have to feel in order to heal. And it's important to give them the space and the privacy to do that while making sure that they know you are there when they need you and that you're not going anywhere. Thank you for listening today. I hope that everybody can take that in, and I will see you next week for another episode of Gal Friday.